mmadụ na nwanne ya adịghị mma inye onye ọzọ, weda ma inye mmadụ ọzọ ọ Chineke ọ dịghị mma inye onye ọzọ, weda ma Jizọs nọ ugwu mmadụ na nwanne ya adịghị mma inye onye ọzọ. What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint, where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it is our life. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life. Don't let anyone rob you or your joy for living. You're supposed to do everything possible to live your life well because it's yours. So today I'm sharing with us on what I titled Chains of Slavery. 12 chains of slavery that many people carry this chain, but they don't notice it to be chain. Just as they don't notice their slavery, they don't see that they are slaves, So sometimes they claim to be free from what they don't know to be free from. So the same way, they have this carry this chain without knowing that they're carrying it, and many of them think, oh, that's the right thing, or you know, because it's been many years that the whole world has been conditioned to be using it. So it appears to be the right thing for us to say or use. You're welcome. So that's why sometimes when you try to show them, these are the things that keep us down. These are the things that keep us from progressing as a people. At least get to know the source of it. Who gave it to you? Where it came from? At least the way they treated you is supposed to tell you that whatever they gave to you, you know, it will never work for you. It is not working for your liberation. It's not working uh, for your for your greatness. It's not working for you to be even like them. No, it's to put you or to keep you below them as a one. It's not even like, oh, we can compete with these people. No, we are in the pit. At least we got to come out of the pit first. So that's why I said don't join any movement or any group that is telling you, let us fight now, we gotta go. No, we are still in the pit. You cannot do anything against them when you are in the pit. All you have to do wake your fellow slaves up, those people that are in the same pit with you, wake them up so that together, all of you will join hands and come out of that pit. Then when you come out of that pit, you know what will happen. They know what will happen because they know you will gain your place, which is greater than them. Remember, you were mightier and greater than them before they came against you in disguise. So whatever they gave to you, or whatever they are doing for you, all those things are disguised to keep you down. I bet you that they are doing that, or they did that to make you feel like, oh, they care about you. These people have your best interest at heart. No, no. Evil people are evil people, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They are not one with you. We are not one human race. No, we are not. Okay? So the earlier you know this, the better, because many of you that claim to be awakened are not even helping matter. Somebody will tell you something because it's not according to what you already know, you just resist it and begin to argue blindly instead of you to research or have a rethink. That's what I do. Sometimes somebody may come up with something I will just think, yeah, because if truly your brain is working and if truly you are woke, you shouldn't get upset when somebody brings something new to your attention. You're supposed to have a rethink, research it and see the point that person is making or ask questions. There are questions you will ask. If that person know what they are talking, they will give you the reasonable answer. But if they don't, they begin to bash you. Well, you say, believe what you believe. So anybody that tell you believe, that person don't know what they're saying or what they're doing. It's just another form of belief system or religion. So 12 chains of slavery. You need to know that Africans, black people, are converted to value the valueless and not have interest in what matters to them, according to Matthew chapter 23, verse 15. That's why they came to destroy us as a people, according to Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 9. We were builders. We were not believers. We are not worshippers. We are not servants. We were building ourselves, building for ourselves, making them for ourselves, without bothering anybody, without selling and buying lands, without killing anybody, without enslaving anybody, without imprisoning anybody, without raping anybody, without taking other people's land. We were doing great ourselves because we were great and mighty people. Then, before they jealously came, enviously, they attacked us, they invaded and attacked us, kidnapped us, killed us, raped us, enslaved us, colonized us. Until today, we are still in that pit with these 12 chains keeping us down. They make us or they make Africans to engage in unnecessary war, but ignores the real wars. You hear the world powers or the so-called civilized people. They're talking about Cold War. Africa is talking about spiritual war. They're talking about cyber war. Africans are talking about spiritual war. They're talking about trade war. Africans are talking about spiritual war. They're talking about nuclear war. Africans are talking about spiritual war. They're talking of psychological war. Africans are talking about spiritual war. They are talking about physical war. Where you want that land, you go and take it. Africans are still talking about spiritual war. So all the real warfares in the world, Africans don't even think about it. All Africans think and talk about and doing everything to make it real is spiritual warfare. You are talking something that is common sense. Instead of these people to think, they begin to tell you spiritual. You are higher being, you are lower being, you are higher for bullshit, all that. What has that got to do with you in reality? You see how you hustle, how you struggle to make it, yet you're talking about spiritual what? If there is that spiritual force you have or spiritual power you have, you won't be working to make any money. You won't even need money in the first place. Just the same way you're saying you don't need God, you don't need money too. If you are spiritual, something like that, which you are not a spiritual being. You are not. You are not an imaginary being. Anything spiritual is imaginary. No matter how you try to defend this or like when I tell people good is evil, love is evil, they be like, explain. Explain what? When you that say love, then what do you mean by love? Your action, your target love. I think that's part of what I will share. So let me keep going. So you see, the world powers are focusing on what matters. The world slaves are focusing on what does not matter. Heaven does not matter. God does not matter. Spiritual world does not matter. Angels does not matter. Anything your church does not matter. Mosque does not matter. Islam does not matter. Christianity does not matter. Judaism does not matter. Religion does not matter. Spirituality does not matter. These are the nonsense things that Africans always fill their brain with. Today is Sunday. Go to churches. Most Africans are in church. You will see few white people there, and mostly elderly ones of them because they are living in fear of death. Okay, I want to bend my ways. I will soon die. Oh God, if you are there, please forgive. That's bullshit. You don't see their young ones there. That's why their young ones are busy, inventing things or, building things like tech and all that. But the young Africans, where are they every Sunday? In the church. Everywhere they are, they even telling you about God. I see one guy share a video, where a black boxer that won a bout, then they were interviewing him. The first thing he said, he thanked his God and Jesus Christ. Without them, I won't be nothing. Somebody that trained to become a boxer, follow the rules, guarding the same spot. Now, after you won, you say it is God and Jesus. Without them, that is slave mentality Africans or black people have everywhere. Anywhere you go, where they say there is God or Jesus being worshipped there, it must be black people who are in great number. Black people, especially young ones. And you're supposed to know why. It's because they put us in this system, evil system, where we are not thinking about how to live. We are thinking about how to put a food on our table, how to survive, not even how to live. And that's how we are living as a people. So you see Africans engaging in spiritual warfare because they are converted, that's misled, to hold on to chains, or these 12 chains that mentally enslave them. Because many of you don't know that physical chains is easily broken. The mental chain or mentally chains. So when you have that mental slavery, is another form of saying you have mental illness. So you are sick. You don't think for yourself. You are not living your life. You are living fake life, and you are fighting anyone that spotting you that this is fake life. So no, it's my life. Nobody forced me to choose to believe it. No, you were forced when you don't even know it. You were forced, and now somebody is pointing you to notice it. You are the no. I don't want to notice it. If it's a chain, leave it for me like that. That's how I chose. You didn't choose. No African chose to be a Christian. No African chose to be a Muslim. No African chose to be a Jew. No African chose to be Hebrew Israelite. No African chose to be holy. No African chose to be on any of those things they wrote in the book, including to love. Because it is love that will teach you to love your enemies, which is evil to yourself. So, when you're talking about this, you're supposed to know that those people that tell you don't do this, don't do that, is actually what they did to put you under. So they don't want you to do the same thing to get out and put them where they're supposed to be. So the first chain of slavery among these 12 chains is God. God, I will keep saying it, at the root of our problem as a people is God. And until Africans wipe away, you know how you get your dirty plate and you wash it and wipe it away, wipe it dry. That's why Africans must wipe away God concept, God idea, anything God. Stop trying to make, okay, God is consciousness, God is brain, God is like energy, God is life, so the life sparking things. No, there is no God. You have to wipe it. And that's why they gave you that 10 commandments of God, or commandments of God. I have been saying that until we learn how to break all that 10 commandments, we will never be free or fight to free ourselves as a people. We must learn how to, all of them. Somebody's asked me, are you saying we should steal? Say, who told you stealing is bad? The person that first stole from you, you weren't stealing before they came. That one that stole. You weren't worshiping God before they came. Then they created God and tell you, this is the God you will worship. This your God is your Father in heaven. After they killed your real father, they kill your real father and tell you you have a Father in heaven. A Father you have not seen and you cannot see. And you believe it. Then you begin to pray, our Father, get out in heaven. Hallelujah, even close your eyes. If your father is, have you seen any child that close their eyes to ask their parents anything? Have you seen any child that dress up to go ask their parents anything? They run to their parents naked. They go there unashamed. They go anytime they feel like. But they gave you this God is the chain. God is a chain. God is the lie. God is the chain. God is the lie. God is the bondage that keep you in that perpetual chain bondage they want you to be, evil system. God mentality keeps African under white supremacy. Anytime African is talking about God, whether in African spirituality or whether in spirituality or religion, they are subjugating themselves unknowingly because that's what they design it to be. Casting that spell on them. Some even call it gospel of God, gospel of Christ. It's the spell they cast on you, and you are having that ghost spell. Ghost is what? A spirit of a dead person. It does not exist, but they believe it exists. And some people say they see them. Yeah, it is called mental illness, schizophrenia. So, what is mental illness called in your own language? That's what you have. You are seeing things that are not real as real. Yeah, you saw it. It's your experience. Yes, but it's not our truth. There's difference between your experience and our truth, or your opinion and the truth. Your opinion or our opinion is not the truth. The truth is the truth to everyone. The truth cannot be one thing to this person and another thing to that person. It has nothing to do with your perception. It has nothing to do with your opinion. It has nothing to do with, okay, this is how I feel it's supposed to be. No, truth is truth. You cannot tell the son, oh son, I don't like the way you look. I don't like the way you walk. This is how it's supposed to be. No. Mm. So those 10 commandments they gave to you is to keep you down. That's part of the chains, to keep you down in slavery. And you think you are free when you are not free. You will not fight because God is fighting your battle. You see grown adults in Africa spending time in churches, in mosques, in religious places, in spirituality places, believing there is a God that will reveal things to them, fight for them, do this for them, do that for them. And when that God fell, do you know what happened? They blame the devil and themselves. They never blame that God. The God they say loves them so much. But that God fell, so okay, God fell because of my error or because of my fault. God is good all the time. This God, you have not seen it. Oh God, you are wonderful. Oh, Ekwemekeo. Blah, 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 blah. Have you seen this God? No. But when you see your fellow human beings like me telling you something, you think I'm ugly, you think I am evil, and you think I'm demon possessed. You are the one that is demon possessed because that's what faith does. Faith creates unreal things, images in you too, and you begin to think they are real. Okay, so the second chain is Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. People begin to believe that they are not Jesus is the anointed one, anointed from God, anointed for God, and anointed to take them to God. Oh, no one can go to God except through Jesus. You see, mostly Africans, look wherever you go in the public place, look at whoever we say thank you, Jesus, or thank you, Lord. It must be a black person. You hardly hear a white person say that nonsense. Why Jesus is white? Imagine if Jesus had been to be black, as like the indoctrinated us to believe in white Jesus, that we were indoctrinated to believe in black Jesus. Do you think white people will be saying, "Thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord"? It is only slaves that are thanking Jesus because they have been conditioned to do so. So you see them also believing that, oh, this anointed one also, the God of that anointed one has anointed them also for imaginary world. Jesus is the way to God. Jesus is the way to heaven. I will see God when I die. I will go to heaven when I die. Anything anyone promise you and telling you will receive it after death is a lie. It's not real. It does not exist. You need to wake up and trash it. The third chance that they want to be everlasting in our mind or our brain over our brain is grace. Grace. We answer the name. You hardly see white people bear grace as we bear it. No, it is black people, poor people. I am what I am by the grace of God. What are you? So you are slave by the grace of God. You are a slave of God. You are a slave of Christ. So they gave you this grace. You are proud in your disgrace. You are proud in your unnecessary suffering. Age with grace. Help me wish my wife happy birthday. Age with grace. Help me wish my daughter, my son, happy birthday. My son, I pray you age with grace. You age with grace. And you know how these things goes on especially in Africa. Some silly words, somebody will make it up, and the thing will just spray like wildfire. Everybody saying it. Age with grace. I'm aging with grace. Grace this, grace that. Last time I went out to eat with our daughter, so she was talking. There's this, I think, was it a celebrity either in Nigeria or America? He said he was involved in accident. Other people in that car died. He did not die. He says, see, how can you say there is no God when such thing happened? I said, that's nonsense. You telling me 10 people are in the car, one person survived, 9 died, and you're talking it is God. You say, yeah, because his grace is different. No. And that's the nonsense. All these evil men of God like Apostle Suleiman is spreading, telling you that grace are in levels. There are different levels of grace. From the same book that tell you that if you have faith as little as mustard seed, that's the smallest size of your faith, can still carry you through. That you don't need even greater faith and all that. The smallest seed, the smallest faith, can say by grace are you saved through faith. It doesn't matter, it's not size, but they lie to you because that's what these ministers do. That's why they have churches opened, because this one will come up with his own idea and open church, calling God, calling Jesus. They begin to tell you now, oh, somebody survived, you did not survive because your grace differs. Grace is a disgrace in disguise. There's no such thing as grace in nature. No, we are not stupid. We are not creatures. We are living beings. When we learn how to make this thing, everyone that learn how to make it will be making it. You don't say, oh, this one have grace greater than your own. Now both of you learn it. That person can make it, you cannot make it. No. In nature, there is no grace. And you see mostly Africans, black people flooding the social media, spin this nonsense about grace of God, grace of Jesus, them having grace, others don't have grace. God is fair. Grace is unmerited favor. You didn't merit it, but you got it. Nonsense. The another chains that they designed to hold us down is forgiveness. Forgiveness is working against justice. Forgiveness is against fairness. Forgiveness is against equity. Anywhere you see forgiveness, you see how crime will be skyrocketing. Evil people. That's why evil people use it. When you see a true Catholic Church member, they believe they can commit whatever they want to commit, and on Friday they go for confession. Just as they tell you that Jesus has died for your sin, God has forgiven you, and Jesus said it is finished. Yet in First John they say no. If you say you have no sin, you are lie. The truth is not in the word, or the truth is not in you. Blah blah. But if we confess our sins, He has taken away the sins of the world. Which one are we confessing again? He has still confessed. So what is the purpose, or why did He die in the first place? You say He has taken away the sins of the world, which is a big lie, because the world has no sin. The sin of the world is Jesus. So Jesus needs to be taken away. The sin of the world is God. So God needs to be taken away. Doing natural things is not sin. You say stealing is a sin. It's not. It's people that stole from you that tell you it's a sin, because they don't want competition. They don't want you to be like them. They don't want you to do what they did to you, to them. Wake up. Forgiveness. Stop forgiving. It's time you begin to be fair. Somebody offend you, that person must be punished for that. That person must face the music as it's supposed to. But when you say, okay, I forgive you, okay, somebody had a gun with one bullet in it and came to kill you, they shot at you and miss you. Okay, you say, I forgive you. You give him more bullets. You say, I forgive you. Okay, the person will succeed in killing you. And that's what has been happening in our land. Africans keep forgiving their enemies. Look at where we are today. The people they say that bombed the Twin Tower in America, see, today, America has not forgiven them. And America is a country or nation under God. On their bills, on their money, it is written, in God we trust. And they said in the Bible, if you don't forgive those who offend you, your God will not forgive you. And you hear every president of America telling you, God bless America. God bless America. They don't practice forgiveness. World powers don't practice forgiveness. Look at what is going on in Ukraine and Russia. No forgiveness there, and they are both Christians or religious people. Look at what is happening between Muslims and Christians all over the world. They are godly people and they don't practice forgiveness. You come after them, they come after you. But they want you to practice forgiveness. If they offend you, they want, okay, no. Another chain, the fifth one, is fear. With fear, they want you to remain ignorant and coward. They want you to be coward. Oh, fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. No, it can never be. Fear of God is the beginning and the cementing of your stupidity, of your bondage, of your delusion, of your illusion, of your hallucination, of your evil. The fear of God. If you don't fear God, you will revenge. If you don't fear God, you will revolt. If you don't fear God, you will take your place. That's, you will avenge yourself. It's fear that makes you say, okay, for peace sake. Okay, for peace sake. Imagine people that stole your land, stole your resources, now telling you, okay, now, peace, let us be peaceful. No, give me back what you stole from me, then we can be peaceful. If not, I think Perikoma's son said that I share it with my woman, and because she always talk about the guy. So the guy was talking about the election that just happened, saying how it's still Muslims ruling you, blah, 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 blah. All you are looking for gossip online and what makes you laugh, but the real thing you are not doing. He said he want to go to those people, he said like those places that Muslims dominate. He said, you see how white people scared of those people? They fear them, but they don't fear you. He was talking about how Christianity is the worst thing that ever happened to us as a people. Think about that. Why people invaded West Africa? Why was it the people that weren't Muslims they were kidnapping like our people? Think about that. I said, like Adib in Nigeria is like Egypt. You see, in Egypt, the last president before this one, you see how they removed him from power. With Raleigh, they say no, you stepping down. They were not afraid. They were not afraid of guns and all that. And the person that were engineering all that was living in abroad, not in Egypt. But look at what is happening in Nigeria. Even people in abroad that have better things to, at least they have steady power supply, they have steady high-speed internet that is working. They can use it to spend much. I've been now 30 minutes, I've been talking. At least if it were Nigeria, maybe light would have gone off or my credit finished, whatever happened. Now, Nigerians will tell you, oh, come back to, yeah, come back and tell her, come back. Idiot. I was there before I left. I was not born in America. I did not come to America as a child, as a teenager. I came to America as a father. Fear. They want you to remain ignorant and a coward. You pretend you don't know when you're supposed to know. They tell you this is what actually happened to us. You say no. How can you prove that? But they tell you about the Bible. All the proof you have is the Bible. They tell you about the Quran. All the proof you have is Quran. But when it comes to what really matters to you, what will free you, you begin to question you're somebody that comes to help you, your own brothers, your own sisters. You begin to question them. You are not even questioning them to learn. You are questioning to intimidate them, to insult them, to put them down and wish they die. As if death is a bad thing. The sixth chain is chain of faith. They tell you six is number of man. Six, faith. They want you to be living by faith. And you see grown men and women, especially Africans, telling you we live by faith, not by sight. You don't see white people quoting that nonsense unless that white person is a pastor or elderly person that is about to die. They are not living by faith. They live by health care. When they sick or when they feel that are not feeling well and having blurry vision, they make a call, 911. They rush them to ER. They treat them. They come back home. Then you see African, you are sick, suffering. I living by faith. Well, he dress up or she dress up to go to church. Pray, 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 pray. So if it's like headache that have been troubling the person, causing the blurry vision, so maybe after some time he did all that, the pain, because you must go through that pain, whether you like it or not, whether you take medication or not. That's what medication help you to relieve it. Then after he said to you, say, yeah, you see, God is good, I'm here. No, you are not. You endured it. Faith is blind trust in the unknown, in the unseen. Like how you say, I have faith in God, faith of God. I have faith this and that. You don't know, you don't see. Then you have that faith. It's a blind trust. Blindly trusting, yeah, there is God. God will see us through. One day you see, God will deal with them. Don't worry. Don't worry. God will deal with them. God will do this. God will do that. No God is doing anything for anyone, anywhere. Africans. You are the one that will rise up and do those things. So why are you holding on to something that is not working for you if you are not blind? You are blind. You see that this thing is not working, but you are holding it. It's working. It's working. You work for that person. It did not work for that person. Maybe it will work for me. Let me see. It will work for me. No, they didn't tell you truth. It did not work for that person. That person worked, and the things happened. It's not any faith. It's not any God. It's not any heaven. Many of you claim to be awakened, but you know you still living by faith or having faith. You have faith. Yeah? Some of you have faith in your ancestors. It's still as stupid as having faith in God. Some of you calling on your ancestors. Ancestors guiding us. Ancestors watching us. Idiots. You are the ancestors you're talking about. Your ancestors taught reincarnation, not resurrection. Not spiritual world. That's why spirituality was our distraction that the white people used and destroy us. took our science and left us with spirituality. We have spirituality, we don't have science. Yet you see those Africans that have spirituality, they're telling you spirituality is science. Science is spirituality. And the white people are cool like that. You can have crusade all you want in your land, but not in their land. You can make all your noise you want in your land, but not in their land. Because you are living by faith. White people are not living by faith. You disturb the neighborhood here, they call 911. Police came, give you one in one time, give you one in two times, they shut you down. The seventh chain is hope. With this hope, they will tell you they are not perfect. God is perfect. Because that's what faith does, hope does. Fear, hope, and the faith and the love, they do the same thing. You belittle yourself for imaginary and you begin to praise the imaginary that you have not seen, things that are not real. You praise them, but you that is real, you humiliate, you bring down, you intimidate. Hope, expecting miracles to happen for them. Yeah, God will fight for us. We hold our peace. God will fight for us. The battle is not ours. Yet we're spending time praying. But the battle is not ours. God will give us the victory. If God will give you the victory, why are you fighting? The person that will give you the victory is supposed to be the one that will do the fighting or the battle, fight for you. Let God fight for you. You will hold your peace. And God, you hold your peace, the God will fight for you. You don't need to fight in this battle. It's there. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, right? So if you have to hold your peace, you don't need to fight in this battle. Why are you praying? Why are you wasting your time praying, crying, fasting, wasting your time saying, God, please, God, come and do this, God, come and do that? You say God cares about you, yet you are begging this God, oh God, please, when is my time? When will it be my turn? Let it be my turn now, Lord. Please, God, please, please. Living in hope, expecting miracle to happen. There's no such thing as miracle. That's why they try to tell you when you succeed, it's miracle. Science succeed, they tell you it's miracle. It's not. There's nothing like miracle in reality. Miracle is nonsense that people create in their head. It can never happen. No God can put food on your table. No God can heal your headache. No God can help you in time of need. It can never happen. And what people do or what you do is not miracle. No God is using anyone to do anything or say anything. It is people saying and doing those things. The eighth chain is love. Love, many people are, oh, I love you, I love you. Love, love, love. So that's why it's hard. You know, even when you try to explain to them that love is evil, they at least know that love is of God and God is evil. There is no God. So they make you to build on things. That's why it is fake feelings. Love is fake feelings. And you see people attaching or tying that fake feelings and fake words to their actions. Yeah, when I give to you is love in action or practicing love. No, it's not. When I give to you, I give to you. It has nothing to do with love. It is called caring, and in nature we care. You don't need any law to love. Love requires law. Love comes with commandment. It comes also with condition. When you say unconditional love, for where do you see unconditional love? Show me. They have condition. That's why you see them breaking up or divorcing. After I love you, I love you, I love you. Especially when they do all that thing in the presence of love, which is called God. And they still put it asunder because no God join anybody together. Love, fake feelings, and fake words that people tie to their word. Oh, I love you so much. Simply means I want you. This type of person I need. I love you. And with that word, many people fall, especially women. Love you, I love you, okay. They get wet. The ninth chain that hold people in slavery, the chains of slavery, is humility. Humility is denying self for imaginary beings or imaginary things. Oh, I'm humble. After you hustle and make it, they want you to be humble. Okay, I'm humble. Okay, you slap me on this cheek, I turn this around. I don't want to lose what I have achieved. Well, I don't want to take God's glory. I don't want God to get angry and punish me and make me poor again. Nobody will make you poor again but you or somebody that stole from you. You see, some people become poor again because they make wrong investment. You remember Igbo people, what year was that? I think I've been in America when it happened. But it affected me too. It affected my brother in Italy. Because he went to Nigeria and buy stock. I also went and buy stock in Nigeria. But they said that Yoruba people are the one that stock have been favored and say the year Igbo people went into their stock for boom. Many people, some people that sold their shops in Alaba, they have to relocate back to their village. It's not any devil. Mm-mm. Some of them they sold their shop now. They are renting a maybe little small portion where they are just selling to feed themselves and their family. They make that investment. Some people they gather their money and give to somebody to go and buy something. The person run away with the money. It's not any devil. But it's humility that makes you deny yourself, even blaming yourself for what you don't supposed to blame yourself for or deny yourself for. You have to be humble. You humble yourself through fasting. Fasting to fast that God will do this. That time you spend to fast, use it to think about what to do and do something. Go back to your village and farm where you have land. If you don't have land in your village, you going back to your village is more or less your village are hospitable like my own village. There's some portion of land. If you don't have land, you are free. They will show you. You will go and farm. At the end of the year, out of whatever you make, you show appreciation. You're not buying the land or all that. Africans don't know that we don't used to sell land. It's now we're selling land and see how we get it. The people that taught us how to sell and buy land are the people that invaded us. They don't have land. They begin to take our land. The another chain, the 10th chain of slavery, the 10th chain of slavery is holy. That word holy. You see people imposing evil and lies on books, people, and land, calling it holy. This person is a holy person. These people are holy people. This place is a holy place. This land is a holy land. You even see Africans, they have succeeded in making Africans to believe their land is corrupt, is evil. But the white man's land is holy. And that land they call white man's land was stolen from Africans, like Mecca. You call it Arabia, right? Arabia or Middle East. Those holy lands, that holy place, they tell you that's where God appeared to Moses. That's where God do this, appeared to Muhammad and all that. This where Jesus was born. This where Jesus was hidden. Is all African land, and they call it holy land after they stole it from you. And now you believe it's holy land. What are you going to holy land to do, Africans? To pray. But your own land, which is real, you don't even care about it. You are not living by that land anymore. Now you want to go work. You want to go make money and come and build a house. No such thing as holy book or holy people or holy land. When you're talking about being holy, you're talking about being a liar or being a lie. Holy is lie. Holy is evil. It's not natural. You can never find it in nature. Anything that is against nature is evil. And it's evil for you to say this person is holy, but that person is not holy. Holiness unto the Lord. Bullshit. The 11th chain of slavery is blessing and the cursing. That's another hard one. It is hard for you to tell black person and they accept it that blessing is empty word. Like the way Sister Amechi put it, is lessing you. Be less, blessing. You are lessing yourself. You are the one that walked and achieved that thing. You say it is the blessing of God. Is God blessing? I am blessed. No, you are not blessed. You are bereaved mentally. You have brain dead. How can you tell me you hustle and succeeded? instead of you to give yourself glory, the power, the thanks, you are giving it to imaginary being, saying that God has blessed you. Then if you've been working and you are not succeeding, you also blame the imaginary being you call devil or Satan. Say it's the one that caused you, or maybe God, that God has caused you because of one thing you did. No, one of the things I'm beating myself up for is, from is like telling me, oh, the reason why this thing did not work, maybe because of that bad thing I did. No, it's not. Maybe because I did not do more bad thing, that's why it's happening. So I have to do more. Because it's bad people like all these our invaders. Are they not the one that those great things happening to? So it can happen to us too. We must learn that these things you call blessing and the cursing, all of them are empty words or empty spell. If you don't believe them, they are useless. And how do they know you believe them? You begin to act like you did something and they worked. You say it's blessing of God. Then you did something and it did not work. You say it's curse of God. Like Deuteronomy chapter 28, where you give you the list of blessing. Now, blessing is small, but cursing is a lot. Check it, Deuteronomy 28. I think it's only 14 verse is for blessing. The rest of the verse, I think it's up to 60, is curse, curse, curse. And that's exactly what spirituality and religion does. They make you, embrace little thing as a blessing and the huge thing as curse. Think about that. Mhm. Blessing, cursing, they are empty spell-bound words that need belief. That's why they want you to believe. Even without sin, believe. Which is wrong. You need to know everything. At least know something about everything. You don't need to go to school to be smart. Trying to know something about everything will make you a smart person. Of course, as Amadi said, marriage is part of the chain, of course. Somebody asked me on our WhatsApp group, I shared that post. I saw somebody made it about men and women, what the wife may need may not be all in the husband, and what the husband may need may not be all in the wife. So you need other men and you need other women. I've been saying that. Do you think an elderly man need an elderly woman to have sex? No. And elderly woman don't need elderly man for sex. Elderly woman need a younger man for sex, and the elderly man need a younger woman for sex. But you see, they make all those things because they use marriage. Marriage, okay, I marry you. So I made that post like that. Somebody say, will you allow it? Like, let me use their term. I like using my woman. I say yes. Ask my woman, she will tell you. For years, she know I've been telling her that I'm not holding you. But you have to be balanced because when I say only that thing, you will just run. And the reason why you see some women, they don't want to do that because, it's common sense. Let's say you are my woman and you sleep with another man. So long you are cool with me, we're cool. But when you have certain problem, don't expect it must be. So other men also can help you solve that problem, especially financially. I think I've even made video on that. Think about it. It's all about balance. That's why, like in marriage, you see, it be like men and say, well, yeah, you are my this, because marriage is slavery. The woman or the wife, not woman, the wife is slave. Another word for wife is slave. That's why her desire must be from the man. She must listen to the man. She must do what the man wants. So if the man becomes jealous when the man sees her with another man, do you get that? So let me, because when you're talking about marriage, America has something different. But in Africa, where they practice marriage as it was given to us by our slave masters, marriage is not African thing. Now you see, the reason why you see a man, when you're talking about his wife, because of what he went through to marry her. It's not I love you. We go to government house and they pay them $2. They give us marriage certificates, your husband and wife, or we went to court. or husband or no. The man actually, literally bought that woman. He called his wife in Africa. African way they give. It's not African marriage, oh. It's foreign marriage, but Africans are taking it as their culture and tradition. You don't need marriage to have children. You don't need marriage to have sex. But this is what is going on. We have been conditioned to live like bears in a cage. We are no longer free. You were born with those sexual organs to be using them anytime you have the urge. That's how you're supposed to be with whoever you want to be. Sometimes you don't want that person to have it, but if they, like especially male, check other living beings. The male will the female don't just open their leg. You say, okay, come in. No, they always say no, 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 no after boom. Because it's natural. You have to trigger it. You have to, arouse it. That's how it's supposed to be. But now they put money on it. You get to buy that woman you want. If you're rich, you buy many. And if you're not rich, so someone like I think our daughter said that. He said, no, you have to be able. It's people that want to be these, that want multiple wives. I said no. It's natural. That's why I made that post. No man is a one-woman man. No man. Even the sick one. And that's why they put it in the Bible. They say, if he look at a woman lustfully in his heart. Nobody sees the heart. Do you know who is lusting? When you go to church with your wife, the pastor is lusting after your wife. But you don't know because nobody can see the heart. When they're telling you about the heart. And that's why they tell you, oh, my marriage is blessed. I want to marry. Come and bless us. I want to marry your daughter. Bless us. Bless it. That's bullshit. You don't need any blessing from anyone. You don't need any curse from anyone. You have all you need already. Yourself and the nature. So the last, which is number 12 of the chains of slavery, is choosing and the call. Many people, especially in spirituality and religion, they use these things. Sometimes I say, these spiritual people that say that spirituality is not a religion, can't they see that spirituality is the mother of religion? Like begets like. The only difference is spirituality is not organized, but religion is organized. Just the same way Christians will tell you that Christianity is not a religion. That's nonsense. People defending their illusion. People defending their delusion. People defending their hallucination. People defending their lies. Now you see them claiming to be the chosen one. You see them claiming to be the called one. In spirituality, they mostly use that called. You are called. You are chosen. Then religious people stole it and put it and said that many are called, but few are chosen. In nature, no one is called, no one is chosen. All of us are born. True of us. How many of you are not born by a man and woman? Raise your hand. Choosing. Look at those choosing people. Look at those called people. They are the most evil people on earth. That's where evil came from. Choosing. Because they believe in God, of course. God is evil. They are the evildoers everywhere in the world. Look at your village. Who are the people doing all those evil? Those people that claim to be native doctors. Those people that claim to be called, claim to be chosen. What are they doing in your land? Intimidating people, taking people's daughters by force, or casting spell on them, and they begin to do what they want. But when they see politicians, they run. When they hear gunshot, they run. But when they see people they can intimidate, they be, do you know who I am? I am Chief so. I am in the so. I am a big leader. Intimidating the weak ones. Some of them cannot even travel out of their village because they know outside their village they are nothing. They will deal with them. I said, okay. You tell me you have power. I said, that's why I'm looking for any true native doctor that I can have such power. I hear there is police checking point there. I will go there and chase them away. Get out. We don't need police. We don't need army. We need ourselves. You say we need army. Okay, let us be the army you're talking about. You see, sometimes they try to create it vigilante, neighborhood watcher. You know, it's our neighborhood. We watch it. So why do you need army and the police in the first place? Especially in places like Africa, where they are intimidating their fellow citizens. At least in America here, you can wear camo, go anywhere. A military man will see you, no problem. But in Africa, they beat you. A citizen of that country, a military man beating you because you wear camo. You wear the type of uniform. The uniform that is not even African thing. The army you're talking about is not African thing. In Africa, you see, we learn from that exactly what they tell you in Matthew chapter 23, verse 15. They converted you to be worse than them, not to be like them, not to be yourself. They converted you to be worse than them, to wise children of hell, people that unleashes hell on their fellow human beings, claiming you are chosen, claiming you are called, you are evil. Nobody is chosen, nobody is called in nature, and nobody is supposed to be slave in nature. Slavery is anti-nature because it is of God, it is of evil, and it's time we wake up as a people. Our oppressors designed these chains and put it on us to be everlasting chains. They want these chains they put on us to be everlasting chains. It's in their book. But when they read it, it's no, you put the devil in everlasting chain. You are the one they're talking about. You are the dragon they're talking about there. You are the Satan they're talking about there. You are the darkness they're talking about there. They want to put them in everlasting darkness, with the everlasting chains. They want you to remain ignorant and coward. They want you to be keeping the 10 Commandments. They want you to be following them, copying them, not being yourself. But one thing I know for sure is that our slavery condition is not permanent. And like the sun, we will shine again. Gordon.